Sláinte, I do buckaroos, and how the heck, all right? I am Tom the Whiskey Whisperer for the purposes of this video. I am still being punished by Facebook as I do this video, so I can't send it to Facebook. It just drives me nuts, man. Kind of a, a meme war with some right wing nuts on a local post, and man, I got turned in. One of those right wing nuts turned me in for a meme that I found on Facebook. So Facebook punishes me for using a meme that I found on their page. Anyway, I digress. But it does crack me up that the right wing nuts wanna call you a snowflake when they're the ones that get their panties in a twist about every little thing. Anyways, I'm gonna relax, enjoy my Sunday. Enjoy my Sunday. I think two cocktails, right? I want to finish off this product. This is a High Rock vodka, 7 times distilled at 88 proof. I picked this up uh, in June, just before my knee surgery, so I've had it a little while. So I felt like it was time to be done. It is a very nice vodka, though, and I really like it at 88 proof. So here's what I did with this. It's kind of a sour dirty, if you will. So I've got about 2 ounces of the vodka, a quarter ounce of olive juice for the dirty, and the sour is, well, I've used the Stirrings lemon drop mix. So it's a little bit of lemon drop, a little bit of dirty, and a lot of vodka. With some, oh gosh, that's delicious. I wasn't ready for that. That's really good. Yeah, that just that tiny. So I used maybe a quarter ounce of the olive juice and about the same amount of the stirrings. I might have used a little bit more, but boy, just that little bit, just that little bit of sour and sweet. Wow, that is good. So I can't share my videos to Facebook at the moment because I'm being punished. I was a bad boy, man. I do, man. I just can't help it. Mess with those folks because they're so messed up in the head. I mean, that cognitive dissonance on the right is just crazy. Well, they somehow think a man who's been married 3 times and cheated on every wife he's had is somehow the second coming. It's just rather bizarre. I can't make any sense out of it at all. I mean, he's a known racist, known rapist, serial predator, tried to overthrow the government. I mean, there is nothing legitimate about that man at all. But those folks, man, they are so dug in. But if you say anything about them, they take it as a personal attack. It's like talking about their mama. I might as well say your mama is so. They got turned in. Ain't that a bitch? Thing of it is, I mean, they like to call the left snowflakes. I've never turned anybody in, right? Disagreements. I look at it as a chance for some fun, right? I mean, I could dog these people all day long, but if they see one thing they don't like, they will turn your ass in quicker than shit. So I'm just gonna hang out, have a couple cocktails, ponder my next move. uh, Wife and I had a long talk about my career path, if you will, last night about making a change. I didn't want to make the decision without having a conversation with her. We both agreed it was time for me to move on from my current situation. And once I made that decision, and once I sent that letter off this morning, it just felt like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders. I mean, I've been just dreading going into work for the past few months. But over the last couple of weeks, though, it's just been worse and worse. I mean, I just get this, my heart starts pounding and I can feel the acid churning in my stomach every time I go to walk in that door in the morning. And here we go again. Another soul crushing experience. Thing of it is I love the job for the longest time. I mean, I've been there 5 years, and the previous management allowed me to do my thing. Hey, Rod, how are you, buddy? I'm going to post your comment. Just hanging out on the patio, my friend, just hanging out. But I'm on like my sixth supervisor in 5 years, so it was just and the whole attitude of the place had changed. So it was just time to move on. So anyway, I thought I'd relax out here. I'm getting my smoker cleaned out. I'd come out here and have a couple cocktails. Are you drinking anything today, Rod? If you missed the beginning, I'll show you here what I'm starting with. I finished off this High Rock vodka. I picked this up near the end of June, just before my knee surgery. At It's at 88 proof, so I thought, well, might as well finish it off. I'd had it for quite a while. So my martini of choice is always a dirty martini, but I did it a little bit different this time. I added just about a quarter ounce of the olive juice to make the dirty, but I also had some Stirring's lemon drop mix, and I added about a quarter ounce of that as well. So I got a little bit of that sweet tart going on. Oh, fly! I haven't had those. I heard they were all right. I don't usually drink the light beer thing, but I am curious. I wish we could get this. So I can get the I can get that here in town. I can get the lager. But I wish we could get the black and tan because I really enjoy the black and tan. But it's not available in my neck of the woods. I imagine it's one of those beers that you want very, very cold, right? Same here. Don't do a lot of light lagers, but sometimes, yeah, I don't know what it's like. I assume we might have about the same weather. It's very nice here in the Ozarks today. It's been nice all weekend, but it's probably what I'm guessing about mid 60s at the this particular moment in time. Very nice out here. That's why I wanted to come out and finish getting my grill. So I worked on the smoker yesterday and put a light smoke on a nice Wagyu tri-tip. Uh, so today I'm working on cleaning my grates out. I didn't put the grate on yesterday because I just hang the meat. But I wanted to get that one cleaned up nice. It's nice to be able to, there are some hazards drinking outside, right? I will get this wind that kicks up every once in a while. So I've had some stuff blow in my drinks, but it is nice to sit out here on the patio. I love being able to use my smoker. I use a pit barrel, and I really like it. It's very non-high tech, right? It's a very simple system, and I think that's why I like it. Is that because I kind of like that pomp and circumstance, that ceremony. I don't want to use an electric ignition, and because I think that takes some of the magic out of smoking. I want to take the time and get my charcoal fired up. I want to put the right wood on there. And in this case, with the pit barrel, I'm able to hang the meat, which is great. If I do pulled pork, and the tri-tip yesterday, I do a brisket. I do it the same way. Ribs, I hang it rather than laying it on a grate. It just cooks so much better and nicer and even. Just cooks more evenly. Uh, so tonight, it was a big. It was a 3 pound tri-tip. So we actually didn't. I did put a little smoke on it yesterday, but we actually didn't eat it last night. So, but I cut that part off, right? And we had part of that for breakfast. Had some steak and eggs. The rest of it I'm going to cook for dinner. And my wife yesterday wanted some butter macaroni, but I didn't get around to it. So I was going to make that for her today. But now she says she might not be in the mood for it. So I do something else. But I am just going to serve it with a salad, and then I might do either the macaroni or potato. I'm not sure which. If she doesn't want the macaroni, I'll probably just do some mashed potatoes, like a garlic herb mashed potato kind of thing. Butter, garlic. You know what I'm saying? Because I got some good heavy cream in there. But a lot of it depends on her medications, right? Sometimes some things taste good at one particular moment, but that next moment can change. So anyway, yeah, it was just a big chunk of meat. And to be honest with you, my wife and I typically only eat about 4 ounces of beef at a time or meat if I'm cooking a steak. So I've got 3 pounds of this, so it's going to last a minute. So I tend to cook it very rare, very, almost blue rare. That way I can reheat it a little bit and still not kill it. So because my steak this morning was, yeah, that was rather on the rare side. And as I've gotten older, the more rare I do like my meat. As a youngster, I grew up eating it medium, and then as I got older, I kind of went to a medium rare, and now I'm right more at a rare. I'm really close to between a blue rare and a rare at this point in my life. I'm not really sure why, but it's kind of what I like at the moment. That meat is so tender. When I cooked that up this morning, I bacon wrapped it, and I swear to goodness, even though it's a tri-tip, it was as tender as a fillet and as flavorful as a ribeye. It was just so good. All right, so for cocktail number two, I want to go with some whiskey. Now, this is one I picked up in Oklahoma. It's a really nice product. It's called Same Old Moses. It's double barreled, small batch, 4 grain, straight bourbon whiskey at 100 proof. This stuff is gorgeous. The only thing I'm mad at myself for is that I bought this bottle and I bought two other bottles of Oklahoma products. I just wish I would have bought like two of everything because they're really good. Because I'm already, as you can see, I'm about halfway through, and I just got this in January 1st. So I don't usually go through product that quick, but this stuff is so good. In 1889, a Kansas grocer made his way to the newly opened Oklahoma territory to seek his fortune. Moses had endured a challenging life, but never let hardships halt his unwavering drive for better opportunities. He found those opportunities in founding the first legal saloon in the territory, roughly 100 yards from the distillery that crafts the whiskey named in his tireless pursuits honor today. That saloon was Same Old Moses. Same Old Moses bourbon is a 4 grain bourbon whiskey aged 4 years, then double barreled in new American white oak, emphasizing the character that, like Moses, remains unwavered in its pursuit of perfection. There's nothing the same old about Same Old Moses. This stuff is really, really good, man. That was yummy and nice. My poster comments there, Rod. So let me show you. I'm using a glass that I picked up there in Tulsa at the Hard Rock Casino. Let me show you my Hard Rock glass there. Oh man. So I've got 2 ounces of the whiskey, and I've got 1 ounce of the Stirrings lemon drop mix in here. So it's sort of a whiskey sour ish. Man, that was good. I'm using candied orange rind as a garnish here because I didn't have a lemon handy. I know that'll work. It's a sour mix, man. Yeah, it's for already, for a packaged cocktail mix. It's pretty good. Storings is pretty good stuff anyway. I've bought their products before, but not this particular one. My wife has enjoyed this one too. My wife doesn't drink much. Um, but over the last couple of years, she started to pick up her game a little bit. So it's not a lot, but she wanted to try the lemon drop using the vodka. So she's since we bought this almost 2 months, about a month and a half ago, I guess. I think she had like 3 cocktails. I mean, very, very, very weak, but a half ounce of vodka kind of thing. Yeah. But anyway, hey man, I applaud the effort. I'm just amazed that it took me this long, almost 30 years to drive her to drink. But hey, man, I am I am tireless in my pursuit, man. Had a good time there at the Hard Rock. We stayed there for 2 nights. Didn't do well gambling. I'll admit I'm not a big gambler, but I lost more than I typically let myself lose. To be honest with you, um, off to a bad start, got it all back, and then lost it. Got it all back. I mean, at one time I was slightly ahead, just a hair over breaking even, but then I made a stupid play and lost it all again. It was okay. It was money that was going to get spent somewhere, but I was a little mad at myself at the times. Ah, screw it. It was fun though. We had a lot of fun. I visited four breweries while I was there. Visited Hop the Griffin, Marshall, Cabin Boys, and American Solera. All were good. American Solera is very trendy, right? It's the trendy brewery. It's where all the beer geeks, well, you got to go try this one. And it's good. The products are good. It's very pricey. It's very hipster esque. It's just not for an old guy like me, but for the trendy folks, that's what it's there for. I like Cabin Boys a lot. I actually like Marshall a lot, to be honest with you. Hop the Griffin was a lot of fun though too. Because I caught them. They weren't very busy. It was the January 2nd, so and I caught them right as they were opening. So I had the everybody's undivided attention. It's a family owned operation. The mom was working behind the bar, and she was very nice, friendly, and knowledgeable. The two sons kind of run the place. I guess the one son owns it and does all the brewing, and he's rather amazing. The other son handles the kitchen. Everybody there though was just so incredibly friendly. It was just a great experience. I would recommend the place highly. It was a lot of fun, man. It really was. It was nice, we were both kind of wanting to get away a little bit. We didn't do anything on the 31st. We had the first and second would be a good time to get away. It was a nice time to stay there. I got a great price on the room because it was the first and the second, right? Everybody was checking out. I got us a nice little room with a jacuzzi tub. It was just a nice little getaway for us for 2 days. So I always take that time of year off. So, anyways, things been different now that I'm changing gears in my personal or my professional life. I guess be a little different. I'm a little nervous, a little scared, a little apprehensive, but quite frankly, when my wife and I had that conversation and that decision was made to let it go, let my regular day gig go, man, it was like a weight lifted off my shoulders because it just been so much of a pain in the ass for a fair. Thanks, Roger. Roger, my other rod. Got two rods going on here. Didn't realize your comment popped up, Roger. Hey, how you doing, man? Uh, I got two rods going on anyway. Yeah, just it's nice that I know I can move on. I got a good gig. Probably will have to find a second gig again, but I'm very positive about what used to be the side gig now becoming the main gig. Now I can find another side gig. So, anyways, I digress. Let me finish this up. My ice cube is about to melt out. We need to finish this up. Let me show you this whiskey one more time. This is a great whiskey. So here's the honest truth. This whiskey is awesome neat. It probably ought to be treated neat, but it does lend itself because of the flavors. It does lend itself well to a cocktail like this as well. Try it on the rocks if you like, if you're that kind of a drinker. But personally, I've enjoyed this mostly neat, and will most of the rest of the bottle. But sometimes I get curious, right? Certain whiskeys lend itself better to cocktails than others. It's not always about the proof; it's about the flavor profile. But this one really works with this particular cocktail. The flavors of this whiskey are just so gorgeous, man. Hey, post some comments there. Oh, from both my rods there. Yeah, sludge. Yeah, so typically, I haven't been able to tune in because what was my side gig now becoming my main gig. I work at Banter Brewing on Thursdays. I had been working Thursdays and Fridays, but I'll be working more days. But yeah, I typically worked about 9 on Thursdays, so I haven't really been able to catch the program anymore. Used to get on there upon occasion way back when, but it's been a while. Ah, I get you guys post your comments up there, guys. Anyways, I digress. I am Tom the Whiskey Whisperer, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, purveyor of wisdom, and all around good guys. Sláinte, thanks for tuning in, both rods. Anyway, have a good one, guys.